The room went quiet as machines struggled to keep up. Calculations flashed, paused, and stalled. Before they could finish, she spoke the answer. Calm, instant, correct. No scribbling, no pauses, no signs of thinking at all. Despite having no formal math experience, Shakuntala Devi solved problems that left computers speechless. Scientists anticipated tricks or covert techniques, but they were unsuccessful. Brain scans made things stranger. The areas that usually handle math stayed quiet. Instead, regions tied to vision and patterns lit up. It was as if she wasn't solving numbers, she was seeing them. The answers didn't arrive step by step, they appeared whole. If numbers can be seen instead of calculated, what else might the brain perceive differently? And if one mind can see numbers without learning them, what happens when an ability isn't born, but suddenly switched on? Doctors noticed something was wrong and incredible before they knew why. The patient could suddenly draw complex shapes, understand deep patterns, and solve problems he had never touched before. This was not a hidden talent. Before this, he showed no special skill at all. Only later did the cause surface, a lightning strike that rewired his brain. Overnight, abstract ideas became clear, almost visual. Numbers had colors, shapes had sounds. Scientists were uneasy. His thoughts moved faster than neurons should allow. There was no time for learning, no buildup, just access. It raised a hard question. What if knowledge already exists inside the brain, locked away, and sometimes, by accident, the lock breaks? But gaining something new isn't always a gift. Sometimes the brain refuses to let go. At first, it felt like torture. She couldn't forget anything. Every day carried weight, emotion, and detail she never asked to keep. Only later did doctors realize what she had. Ask for a random date from years ago, and she could tell you what she wore, how she felt, and even the smell in the air. It wasn't just facts, it was emotion, sound, and touch replayed perfectly. Scientists soon learned that the memory was selective. It worked only for her own life. That made it stranger. The brain should not store that much detail. There isn't enough space. Yet it did. Maybe memory limits aren't about storage at all. Maybe they are filters placed there to protect us. Memory shapes how we move through the world. But what if perception itself can be rebuilt? Cars brushed past as he rode his bicycle straight through traffic. He turned, slowed, and moved with confidence, never once looking unsure. Only after the ride ended did the truth come out. Daniel Kish is blind. He doesn't see with his eyes. He clicks his tongue and listens as sound bounces back, forming a picture in his mind. Scientists later confirmed what seemed impossible. His visual brain areas were active, even without sight. He could sense shapes, distance, and even facial expressions. Military tests came later and confirmed the same results. The most unsettling part wasn't what he could do. It was that he could teach others to do it too. Maybe humans don't lack senses. Maybe we just stopped using them. And sound isn't the only signal the body might be listening to. Before the ground shook, he already knew. Again and again, he warned people days before earthquakes struck. These weren't guesses. Records showed a pattern of accurate predictions. Only later did scientists look deeper into his past. As a child, he could travel long distances and never get lost, even in places he had never seen before. Tests confirmed it. He could point north with strange precision, without landmarks or tools. Much later, researchers found tiny magnetic particles in his body, similar to those found in migrating animals. But one question remained unanswered. How does that signal reach awareness? No one could explain how magnetism turns into conscious thought. The path from force to feeling is still a mystery. Direction isn't the only thing the body seems to sense before disaster strikes. The numbers came first, and they didn't make sense. Physics said it was impossible. The force required was far beyond what human muscles should produce. Yet it kept happening. Parents lifting cars, people bending steel, not once but again and again, in moments of extreme danger. These were not trained athletes. Doctors later explained the truth. The human body has built-in limits that hold muscles back to prevent injury. In rare moments, those limits shut off completely. The strength turns on instantly, then disappears just as fast. No buildup, no control. This revealed something unsettling. The body isn't weak, it's restrained. We are not at our limit by accident. We are limited on purpose. Strength can break limits in moments of fear, but what if control can break them on purpose? He sat in ice for hours. He climbed frozen mountains wearing almost nothing. On their own, these feats sounded reckless, but doctors were watching. His heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature were tracked the entire time. By every medical rule, his body should have failed. It didn't. Tests later showed something stranger. He could control systems that normally run on their own, like temperature and immune response. This wasn't luck or pain tolerance, it was control. Even more surprising, he taught others to do parts of it too. Later, scientists found higher levels of brown fat linked to heat production. The message was clear. Conscious thought can reach systems we believed were locked away. If the body can be trained to override itself, what about the mind's ability to record reality? After one short helicopter ride, he sat down and began to draw. Building by building, window by window, an entire city appeared on the page. When experts checked, the details were right. Streets lined up, structures matched reality. Only later did his diagnosis come into focus. Stephen Wiltshire is autistic. He doesn't store images like files. His brain connects them. The memory is active, not frozen. He doesn't choose what to record. It happens automatically. There's no effort, no rehearsal. Scientists believe the difference may not be capacity, but attention. Most people filter the world as they see it. Stephen doesn't. His mind takes it all in, as if nothing is allowed to pass unnoticed. Seeing clearly is one thing. Changing what's seen inside the body may be something else entirely. Doctors noticed the changes before drawing conclusions. Patients showed faster recovery, reduced pain, and measurable shifts in their bodies. This wasn't belief or hope alone. Medical staff recorded the effects across different conditions. Brain scans added another layer. Certain brainwave patterns appeared again and again during these sessions. The results were consistent, even when the healer worked on strangers. Later came the most difficult part to explain. Others could be trained to produce similar effects. Not miracles, but repeatable changes. Science had no clear model for it. The implication was unsettling. Conscious focus may not just observe the body, it may interact with it directly, influencing biology in ways we are only beginning to notice. And sometimes, the mind reveals its power not through healing or strength, but through structure. He struggles with simple tasks. Counting money is hard. Telling time can be confusing. Everyday life requires help. By most measures, his intelligence is limited. Then he begins to speak, not just one language, but many. Fluent, structured, and precise. Linguists tested him with a language that didn't exist. In just weeks, he understood its rules, grammar, and meaning. He didn't memorize, he recognized patterns. Even sign language came naturally, as if the form didn't matter. His gift worked across sounds, symbols, and movement. Scientists were forced to rethink intelligence itself. The brain may not be one system rising or falling together. It may be built from separate parts, each with its own limits and its own potential. Scientists can prove these abilities are real, but it still can't explain them, which means the limits we accept may not be limits at all. If this made you question what humans are truly capable of, like, subscribe, and stay with us for more mysteries hiding inside the mind.